All right, here's a lesson, or well, it's a lesson learned for you. Is that when you're growing dragon fruit, you don't get too excited. Yes, and this is what I mean. So this is my Hailey's Comet. It bloomed a week ago, I think. It bloomed on May 20th. So today's June 1st, so it's about 10 days. So when it bloomed, I didn't pollinate it at nighttime. Instead, I got up in the morning and realized that it bloomed. Yep. And that's why I bloom it a little bit late. Let's say, instead of 9 o'clock at night, I bloom it 9 o'clock in the morning. So 12 hours late, I bloomed it. And also, because it's a Hailey's Comet, it is a self-sterile variety. So that means you need to get pollen from another variety. Well, being the first one to have a flower this year, even though I have like 20 different varieties, this is the first one that came out this year. So I don't have any fresh pollens for it. So I had to go dig into my freezer and try to bring out my American Beauty pollen that I saved from last year. So I don't even know if I saved it correctly. There's so many steps in the saving process, right? That can affect the pollen. That you dry it properly, that you put it into a container properly, that you take all the moisture out of it before you pop it into the freezer. Once it's frozen, I don't know if anything got in there and kind of damaged the pollen. There's so many things, right? So I don't know what it is, but the reason why I tell you to, learn to be not to like bank everything on the first thing you see and not to be so excited is that there's going to be a lot of failures, and that's okay, right? This is just luckily we have so many other buds. You don't bank on just one, right? It's like, oh my god, this is it, oh geez, my world's ending. No, nothing like that. So this one's not gonna go through, I can tell, because all the yellow, typically the yellow will stop somewhere around here. There's a very well-defined line separating the green part. See the green from, you see a little bit of green right back there, the green from the yellow. But right now this yellow is carrying all the way through to the bottom here. And another thing you can tell is that it's kind of wiggly. See, it's wiggly. See, as well, just these are, see, when I wiggle just a bud like that, the whole branch shakes, right? This one I can see it's coming off, so I know it's not gonna work. This one is basically it's gonna board. I can leave it here. See, look at that. You can really see it when you go up and down, right? So rather than to let it continue to drain any more nutrients, I'm just gonna right, and I'm gonna make magic happen. So yes, you see all the yellow. It's all yellow. It's carry all the way through. This guy was not gonna make it. So there's a couple of factors, right, that it did not make, that I just mentioned. Either I pollinated too late, or the pollen that I used was no good, right? So, or my technique. There's so many steps in here, but the main thing about this video is that I don't want you guys to get too excited when you get one bud like that. There's a lot of potential for it not to go through. So, but don't get upset about it or anything. It's okay. This is how one of them is gonna make it. Don't you worry. And and that's okay, right? Yeah, it's just a little setback, but I learned to handle it real well. See, you can hear my voice, right? Yeah, it's not a big deal. So this one go into the garbage dump, just to show you it's not gonna make it. Well, since this Hailey's Comet flower didn't make it, let's not let it just go to waste, right? Let's see what's inside it, because I'm always curious. So I'm just gonna start peeling some of them out and just to see, right? So this is it's pretty stretchy to peel it. See, it's kind of like so. Just I figure I'm always a curious guy. I like to do things like this to see what really make them make a fruit here, right? So I'm just peeling these guys off, and you see the fiber that is very, I really have to put some strength into it to pull it. So you see some fiber in here. So this is what it is inside the flower. See when it's doing that. Oh, in fact, this is separating. See, so this is typically the separating point. So what happens in here is that, oh, check that out. So there's the stigma. So the other piece of it went on that side. So that's what it looks like inside. And without using a knife or anything, I'm just gonna use bare hand. I'm gonna go like, you know, nature boy style here. Yeah, right here. So this is how it looks. Oh, look at inside. You see, there's some cuticles or hair inside here, and then you see the stigma. There's the, you know, all that. Let me see if I bring it closer so you can see it. See, so this is how it is inside. See, this is the stigma that goes all the way up. And then, I didn't bring a little stick to point it, so I'm just gonna use this guy to point it. So you see this? It looks like roots here, right? That coming from the stigma, so I guess that's where the information comes from when you pollinate it. Oops. Yeah, when you pollinate it, it comes into these little roots right here. And then you see all these little things kind of like inside your ear and stuff. See, this is kind of soft right there like that. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so that's what's inside it. So let me just open it up and see if there's anything else that I need to know about. So it's all these petals that I'm pulling apart is protecting this crown inside. See, so inside here is just a nice little crown. Kind of feel like, if you're familiar with jackfruit, it's kind of like that. It looks like jackfruit inside. Yeah. So I'm just dismantling this guy. Call it deconstruction here, right? Well, it gets a little so it's a little slimy inside. So you know, you probably will guess that, right? So that's it. I think that's all the inside of it all. And then yeah, there's that. And let's check out the flower piece itself, right? So let's pull out the petals here, and they are kind of, oh, they're kind of sticky too. Yep. Even though it was so easy for me to break it, separate it from the main crown. So here they are. Now this is like corn husk, right? Almost like corn. So they're just layers, and see, as I pull it out, they're just layer on top of the layers. See, they're just like connecting them. See, as once I peel off the dry piece, you can see the whiter inside. And here it is, like that. And then you see some mold start to develop because it's all trapped inside the fruit and the heat, and that's okay. That's not you know, that's not going to damage your fruit. See, there's a lot of mold inside here, and because of that, I wouldn't recommend you using these things to make soup or anything, right? So yeah, I know Asian people like to make soup with any kind of dry flowers and all. Look at all the mold that's inside. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, here we go. Here's the corn husk. The kind of like a corn. Is basically look like a corn with silk inside. In fact, they feel just like that. Yeah, so it's almost like a corn in here. So here you go. So these are the things that creates the pollen. The pollen would have been on the top here. See, so once it dry up like that, it start molding inside, all dark. I think I need to check the camera, make sure it's still, you know, capturing it all. And I'll just show it and bring it closer. There you go. See all the mold, and then all the little corn, the silk, just like the hair, like in the corn. In fact, it looks very much like corn. Yeah. So there you go. It's just softer. Maybe not. Let me pull it. See if it's oh, it's much stronger than the corn now. See, if I pull it, it won't break in half. I'm trying to separate them in half like that because it's so slippery. Yeah, it doesn't separate that great. So there you are. So for the for science, I am sacrificing this fruit butt to mess it all up like that. I mean, that's just not too good looking, right? Oh man, Charlie, what are you, you're pretty crazy, but this is for science, so you can see it. Alright, for those of you who are like scientists and all, you're asking like, what kind of science am I doing, right? Alright, It's more for curiosity, okay, not for science. Yeah, I'm just that curious.